I finished the first story arc of Umbrella Academy, which is Apocalypse Suite, and I got a lot of thoughts, so I'm here to talk about them with you today. Now, Umbrella Academy is a show on Netflix, which I am a huge fan of, actually. I've been watching that since I watched it when season 1 came out, and I was waiting, and I've just finished watching season 3 a couple months ago. And the first thing I did was pick up the comics because comic books are books too. We're going to be starting to review comic books here on the channel, and this is the first one. And I liked it a lot. There were some things that actually Umbrella Academy improved on. I mean, the show improved on, which I can really compliment. But this is great too. I really loved some of the ideas it had in here. It's just original. And one of the things I'm a big sucker for is original content. The tropes that I've never seen before. That'll really get me really quickly if you want me to enjoy your book. If you go the original way of doing something that's never been done before, I'm going to love it. And that's why I did like this series, this comic book of Umbrella Academy. The show kind of really used the ideas, especially here. This is the most, I've heard this is the most like the show. It's kind of the most similar, which it is kind of similar. And, but there are things that it did that felt like a little rushed because I don't really think, in my opinion, this is long enough to tell the story. These pages are really thick, and I just don't think this is long enough to tell the whole story of what happened in Umbrella Academy. And it kind of felt rushed over, and that was my one criticism for this. It felt kind of rushed over. The characters were kind of thrown really quickly. It felt too quick, in my opinion. I really think they could have dragged this out a lot more, and I would have loved it more. That is my one gripe with this book is it takes way too short because I finished this really quickly. I barely felt like I read it and it was finished, you know? And I was like, okay, I like what happened in this book. When I think about what happened, yeah, that was a great choice. I love your ideas here, but I don't know if I think they could have gone in depth with more of the characters. I didn't really feel connected with the characters. But on the other hand, the ideas were fantastic. The art was fantastic, in my opinion. I love just some of the drawings in here were fantastic, especially in this edition, which is really big. But I did have a good time. I thought the story was good. I liked the characters as well. The one thing it did better was Vanya. I like Vanya's storyline in the first season. I'm only talking the first season. I like her storyline in the first season. But this time she's more motivated by revenge. She's more angry, which I like in a character. I like the anger. Seeing that was really good to see because it was really her orchestra master who really convinced her to do this. And she was not really sad in this one. She's more revenge seeking, which is more like a villain. And she gets a permanent change. She gets turns into the white violin. It's also much more superhero-y. There's much more. Here's a cynical villain, and here is we're superheroes, we're gonna save them. It's more that, where in the show it kind of turns it on its head. It's really not there's no super villains per se. That's one difference. It's more like a superhero story, which I love. I didn't mind it being a superhero story because I like superhero stories, but I'm just saying we've seen it before. I've seen superhero stories a lot, but other than that, this thing was a great book. I did enjoy it. Again, I had my problems with it. I'm not gonna sit here and give it a 5-star because there's problems with it. It is but very brilliant ideas. The execution is where it falls off for me. But the art was fantastic, and this edition is fantastic. This is the library edition, and I hear good things about the next 2 novels in the series, which are Dallas and Hotel Oblivion. So I'm definitely going to be reading those in the future when I purchase them. Yeah, so again, I'm going to sit around at a 3 or a 4 stars just because of what I said. But I did enjoy reading this book down to it. I had a fun time reading this book, and that's really the most important thing. I can pick it apart as much as I want to, but I liked Umbrella Academy. I don't know about book versus show. I don't know which one is better. yet. I think I'm gonna have to think about that and finish the rest of the comic series. But right now they're standing at pretty much even. I like both of them. I love the show Fantastic. I've mentioned this is one of my favorite shows of all time because of just the originality, like the consistency, and then like the cliffhangers are much more effective than other shows I've watched. And that's the thing why I love the show, but I'm not certain to tell which is better because the comic book is the one that comes up with these brilliant ideas, and that's what I always say. Like, the show didn't come up with these ideas, these brilliant writers did on the comic book, even though the writers in Umbrella Academy are very, like, they're these authors, which is Gabriel Ba and Gerard Way, which is fantastic. I love that. But I think the format of television helps it so much because we get to like explore these really complex characters and add complex storylines to these ideas, which makes it perfect. But this is not taken away from just the originality of this comic book, which I love. So yeah, I'm gonna give it about a 3 or 4 star. I'm gonna go 3.5, make it dead even of where I was sitting between. But again, I totally recommend it. It's if you're an Umbrella Academy fan, which a lot of you are, go read it. And if you're not, definitely go check it out still because there's nothing you're missing out. This is the first comic. Again, I felt a little short for me, but I would give it a high rating, like because of the ideas. I'm kind of repeating myself here, so I'm gonna have to end it. Next review is gonna be an Alloy of Law review, just as a little sneak peek, and I'm currently reading New Spring by Robert Jordan. So see you guys in the next video, and peace out.